All right, the highlights from the chat room today. KNDI was strong yesterday, and I just simply called this over the high of day. Okay, so there's the high of the opening 5-minute candle. My thinking was if it takes that out, there's yesterday's high just to the left. We'll probably make a run at that, maybe through it. So call this at 1282 with a 1262 stop. Let me get the arrows out of the way. There's the trigger, and it went nicely up all the way to 1360. Nothing really confusing or tricky about that call. BIOF. BIOF made that huge move a couple days ago. All right, and so then today there's the opening high. I think it was 735. Kind of put in a lower high here. I went ahead and called it long at 730, which would be right about here if it got there. My thinking was, the sell-off, the early sell-off didn't pan out for the shorts. And so we get up to 730. We're probably going to push through the high of the day. And if BIOF lights up the new high sticker, they're going to chase it. And you can see what happened there. It wasn't as big and quick as I thought it would be. But I mean, we were immediately in the green. It went all the way to 760 immediately and ended up going as high as 780. Never stopped out. That was a nice one. ANF, now this is more instructive as far as what the kind of things that we can stumble across in our chat room. ANF gets this big spike here. And actually, we were looking to short this. I called one short in this. Let me switch here. Here we go. These are 2-minute candles now. I called one short in this below this candle right here, okay, with a stop above it. But I was looking at the daily and said, if this thing can get up to the 200-day, then we're really going to have a nice short. So I'll get the arrows out of the way, and we did get a nice short there. We got like a 30 or 40 cent move in our favor. You know, we always cover some, put our stop to break even. Now look what happens. Goes up and rips right through the high of the day. The 200-day moving average was right around 38.20. So this push was really interesting for me for a short, and I just called it again on what we call a reverse twos or a 2-minute sell setup. Let me switch to twos again, and this is what it looked like. And this one had a much better chance of being the top. All right, after that big move, first pullback, the second push into the 200-day, I called it short below this 2-minute candle, 37.95 with a 38.20 stop, and that was the high of the day from 37.95. Abercrombie and Fitch fell to 37.03, so a 92-cent move in our favor on 25 cents risk. But we were the minute it triggered, we were never underwater, which is always nice. SUNE. If you've ever heard me say in our videos that in our chat room, trading is really a team sport, because it is. I wasn't even looking at this thing, and 1 or 2 or 3 members posted, "Hey, SUNE getting a big volume spike here." So we don't chase it. We just put it on our radar, right? And look at this pullback right down here into, see this push right here? Let me switch actually to 5-minute candles. There you go. This will help me explain the entry I called better. Right here, this blue line is our 8-period moving average. On a strong stock, this is where I look for a bounce at the 5-minute candle 8-period moving average. Okay, so it was right around 1935, something like that. I don't just grab it there because it could just keep going. It could just keep going down. So what I generally do, knowing that I like the 5-minute 8-period moving average, and I see that it's getting there, I'll switch to a lower time frame candle. Okay, so in this case, I switched to 2-minute candles, and I'll do that now. Now, this is what it looked like on twos, and you didn't only have the touch of the 8-period moving average on 5, but you had this nice little shape change here, right? You got a 2-minute candle kind of shape change, which is what we look for. It's kind of a short-term capitulation to the direction it's going, and I just went ahead and called it long. First time it breaks a previous 2-minute candle's high. In this case, 1943. That triggered right there. Worst case stop is going to be below this candle at 1925. So 18 cents risk. Look what happens. All the way back to the high of the day. From 1943, makes it all the way up to 2019. 76-cent move in our favor. And again, never underwater after the trigger. And then very late in the day, BWC. Again, I didn't have this on watch, but several people in chat posted the volume spike. So what does that mean? That means we're probably going to have a tradable event, right? Instead of stuff that's just chopping all over the place on low volume, this is what a day trader lives for. We wait for stuff like this. So in the case of BWC, this thing to me looked like a short. I got 2-minute candles up here, and you can just see the selling coming in up here. You got topping tails, right? So I just called this short. First time it breaks a previous 2-minute candle's low, in the case of BWC 34.69, if it breaks this candle's low, which it did right there, and the stop's going to go at 34.79. So only a dime risk, and that was the very nice entry. That was the high of the day, and it tailed off ever since. So went down to 34.25. Again, easy money late in the day. I believe that is it. Also, yeah, I made a couple other calls. MNGA had a nice little gainer there percentage-wise, but these are the ones that I've shown you that are easy to show the chart and why I called what I called. So hopefully that helps a little bit. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email. Have a great night. We'll talk to you later.